And we are on. Hello and welcome to the new segment, Pick 6 by Sports Unhinged. We're joined by Ujitha, who's going to be my arch nemesis for this season in the weekly pick'ems. And we also have Coach Bartlett, who we brought along as the expert. The format of this is every week we're going to do 3 games. We'll pick the spreads. We'll pick the over-unders. That's 6 picks, pick 6. And we'll keep a tally. So everybody watching, write in the comments what you think should happen to the loser at the end of the year. We'll keep score of this, so let's get started. Week 1, football is back. Game number 1, we've picked Seattle versus Indy. The Vegas odds are to Seattle, -3. Over-unders are 49.5 points total. I'm picking Seattle to cover the spread, and I'm picking this game to go over with a score of 35-26. And here's why. I think that Carson Wentz, although has not had a lot of, meaningful reps in the preseason, he's still nursing a bad foot. No T.Y. Hilton. He's still going to come out better than everybody thinks. I think that this team has some good impact players. Kwity Paye. Keep an eye out for this defensive end. Pass rusher. I think he's going to be an impact player.
It's going to be a pain.
It's going to be a very, very interesting game for sure. So I go with Seattle 35, Indy 26, Russell Wilson. He's got Tyler Lockett. He's got Chris Carson. He's got Rashad Penny. He's got some impact players. Indy will hold up their own. I'm going for a high-scoring game with Seattle covering the spread. Ujitha, what have you got?
Yeah, I'm with you on the Seattle covering spread, but 35-26, I don't know about that. I'll keep it under at 24-17.
24-17, interesting. So
24-17, just because Seattle has a new OC as well. Look, Carson Wentz, so many ups and downs. We don't know where he is with the chemistry on the team. And Indy hasn't won a season opener, I think, in 7 years. So they're not going to win this either.
Interesting.
Look out for Russell Wilson, fourth quarter quarterback. He's going to do some clutch there. He's got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So, they're going to win this one, but not by the margin that you're looking at.
All right, Coach, what do you think?
Look, the Colts are coming off a 28.7 average of last year in the top 10, and Seattle's coming off 28.2 as an average last year, also in the top 10. So I think the over is a definite with very little changes other than the OC in Seattle. If I flip that and looked at the point spread, I just really think that the wide receiver core in Seattle is too much for the Indy defense, even though I think the Indy defense will be improved over last year. And with T.Y. Hilton on the IR, I just don't think Carson Wentz, even if he plays well, being reunited with Frank Reich, I just don't see it being enough to cover the spread of 3. So I like the over in a high-scoring game, but definitely with Seattle covering.
With Seattle covering. So you're picking my side on both on both picks there.
I don't want to point fingers, but yes.
Excellent. All right. Second game. Take us away with it. Miami at New England.
All right, we got Miami at New England.
Yeah.
So let's get this out of the way. Miami is going to cover.
But I think just to put, the New England is -3.5 point favorite with the over-under at 42.
They're going to cover that. I'm going to go with 24-20, so just a bit over. Miami's going to play at Foxborough, and I don't know how many games they've actually won at Foxborough. It's going to be a full stadium. I like the Patriots. I mean, we talked about it the other night as well. I think it's one of those sleeper cells that's going to come out in the playoffs as well. You got to trust in Belichick and McDaniels over Miami. And honestly, I don't know how you feel about Tua. Okay, so because there doesn't seem to be much confidence in Miami over Tua. So I heard he wasn't even voted the team captain on offense. Last year with Fitzpatrick, there was some talk about Deshaun Watson. So how much confidence is that given Tua? And I think Mac Jones is going to come out better in this game.
Well, for me, the AFC East is the black box that I can't figure out just yet. This is going to be one division where anybody could do well. Maybe not the Jets, but anybody could do well. So I've got a difficult game I think both quarterbacks struggle. I think Tua has a lot of pressure on him for the reasons you just mentioned, Ujitha. Mac Jones, I think, is in a better position to excel. Hunter Henry and Aguilar have not had many reps in the preseason, so they're gonna both be slow coming out of the gate. I think Miami struggles in this one.
Sorry, I think Mac Jones is going to try and keep this on the ground as much as possible.
Absolutely. So, and I think it will come down to coaching. I've got a very, very low scoring game. New England 13, Miami 7. So New England covering the spread, but nobody getting close to the 42 points total for the game. Coach.
I don't know who said under and who said under, other than I think I just heard Muhammad say
under.
No,
I went over 24-20.
Oh, there you go. There's my math skills kicking in. Look, I think New England has arguably the best front seven in the AFC coming in. I also know that since 2010, Bill Belichick season openers, 59% under. And so knowing that he's got a rookie quarterback and he's going to be very conservative, and they have a really good front seven against a shaky Miami line with a brand new left tackle, I just think the under is pretty guaranteed here. As far as the favorite, look, 3.5. I really like New England to cover that. But I can see this being a one-score game. So I'll take definitely New England to cover the 3.5 and way under the 42.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
Hey, look at it this way. So the way that we've put the rules, if you beat the expert, you get double points. So if you get the pick right, you get 1 point.
Yeah, but I'm hurt right now.
Huh?
I'm hurting right now.
You're hurting, I know. But if you end up being right on a few of these picks and you beat Coach, you get double picks for that.
Come on, Coach. Give me the next one, Coach.
Just so we're clear, Miami has won 2 out of the last 3 against New England.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
At Foxborough? No.
I don't know about that. All right. So the third game that I have is Chicago at the LA Rams. The LA Rams are big favorites over a touchdown, so minus 7.5 point favorites, and the over-under is at 46.5. This is going to be Matthew Stafford's debut. Also, Andy Dalton making his start at Chicago, and this is basically, it reminds me of the scene of in Jurassic Park when they take the goat or the cow, whatever it is, and they drop it to the dinosaur. That's what they're doing with Andy Dalton. They're trying to protect Justin Fields, but despite all of that, for a week, and I think it's going to be for a week. There was talk that Justin Fields might join the team or start the games in weeks 4 or 5. I think he's starting next week at the Bengals. So with that being said, I think Chicago will struggle. They have line issues. I think Hakeem Hicks is not the impact player that he once was. But Matthew Stafford has still not had a lot of reps in the preseason with this team. He's got a lot of weapons for sure. Deshaun Jackson, Van Jefferson, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp. And I think they'll do okay. But with that being said, I also go for a low-scoring game. I've got Chicago with 10 points, the LA Rams with 17 only. I don't think they score over 20 points. So 17-10, which means that the Rams will not cover the spread. I'm going for Chicago to cover the spread in this game and the under. Ujitha, what have you got?
I had doubts about this. I did want to go with Chicago being able to cover, but I don't think so anymore. And I think the Rams will cover it. 28-17.
I can see Coach nodding. You've got an agreement, finally.
Coach isn't sure yet. But, I mean, yeah, Stafford unknown there. But, and obviously the Bears know something about him as well already. Their D-line, on paper, it looks good. Yeah, and Khalil Mack is back, Hakeem Nicks. I don't know how much about their secondary, whether that secondary can really keep guys like Cooper Kupp. It's a amazing quartet they got there, right? Tyler Higbee, Deshaun Jackson. So I don't know if that secondary can hold that up.
I'm just looking forward to that, T-Rex moment with Aaron Donald attacking Andy Dalton. That would be great. So you're going.
Can the Chicago line hold that defensive line? I don't think so. I don't think the Chicago can hold that up, and Dalton's going to be really hurried. And the Rams take this, covering the spread.
So you've got the Rams covering the spread, and what about the over/under?
28-17. So they're over.
They're over. Okay, so we've got an.
But well, no, they're not. Did you say 46.5?
46.5, yeah.
Yeah, so they're just coming under.
Coach is a teacher as well. He can do the math.
We need to get a maths coordinator in as well. You got a full spot there on that Zoom.
Throw a flag.
We're looking for candidates.
All right. So we're both going with the under, but you're going with LA covering the spread.
I just want to say slightly under, but yeah it's going to be under, but covering. Rams covering.
All right, Coach.
Look, I'm really looking forward to the edit of this live video that we're doing.
We're posting it as is.
There ain't no edit.
No edits whatsoever.
Well, then I sincerely apologize to the really nice gentleman in Canada who's going to watch this. But I will remind everyone, 2017 season opener, Andy Dalton versus a defense in Baltimore that's very similar to the statistical defense that he's going to face coming on Sunday. And on that particular day, he threw 4 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times in a 20-0 shutout. Now, I'm not an Andy Dalton hater, but I'm an Andy Dalton realist. And I can see a very similar 20-0 shutout, 26-0 shutout. I definitely think by far I like it to go more than that and being bigger over that. I think this is the first time that Stafford has a play caller that can call plays to his strength, but at the same time have the weapons to do it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a deep threat, whether it's the screen extraordinaire Sony Michel coming from New England, or Cooper Kupp and a dink and dunk receiver. I just think that they might be the team to beat. So I really like over the 7 or the 7.5 to be covered. And I definitely like the under, only because of the
yeah, we got all that.
Ujitha said for one game, I'm going to go 2 quarters and 6 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up our Pick 6 by Sports Unhinged. We'll keep you up with the scores next week as we make the new picks for week 2. And of course, tune in to our weekly episode of Sports Unhinged, where we react to the week 1 games and give a full preview of week 2. Coach, hopefully you'll join us for this next one.
I'm ready when you're ready.
Excellent. Sounds good. All right. Thanks.
He just said he's ready. He just already said that.
Let's do it. All right. Sports
He's
Unhinged.
ready.
We're back, guys. See you guys next week. Take care.
Thanks, Mohammed. Coach, good to see you again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.